Shall introduce yourself.
Sir, I am Usaid Rafique from Toba Tek Singh. My father is a retired teacher while my mother continues to serve as one. After completing my high school, I pursued my intermediate from Science College Kalar Kahar and later did bachelor's in electrical engineering from FAST Lahore. For my final year project, I developed a smart cane using machine learning for visually employed individuals as their visual assistance tool. After that, I worked as a data engineer at a startup named Apni Savari for 2 years. Alongside work, I run a philanthropic initiative, Soul for Every Soul, which provides footwear to the farmers and daily wage laborers. In my leisure time, I enjoy long distance running and playing badminton.
Sir, you are from Toba Tek Singh. Sir. Tell us some famous personalities of Toba Tek Singh.
So the biggest name which comes immediately comes to my mind from 1857, Rai Ahmad Khan Khar, who fought with the British during the War of Independence. And later, if we talk about post-independence movement, founder of Akuvat Foundation, Mr. Amjad Saqib, former governor of Punjab, Mr. Muhammad Sarwar, and later on, more other two person who have served in the Punjab. One also happened to be the interior secretary of the West Pakistan. His name was Mia Muhammad Khan. These are the three famous personalities.
Recently, there is a person who is doing a lot of philanthropic work over there currently, and he has done some marvelous jobs for the area. Do you know the name of that person?
Sir, I do know the name of a government official who has been working. Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Do consult that thing. The same question has been asked by chairman. Okay, fine. There is a fiction story called Toba Tek Singh. Have you read that?
Absolutely, sir. It's written.
Can you tell me the names of the character of that story?
So the main story revolves around Bishan Singh, and Bishan Singh is the main protagonist who is confused between whether the Toba Tek Singh lies in the state of Pakistan or in the state of India. Then there are two other British officials who have been initially given privilege in the mental asylum. Apart from that, there is a character of policeman, rather the security guard, who used to handle all of the mental asylum patients.
Gentlemen, you are an electrical engineer from FAST University. Didn't you apply in UAT or NUST?
Sir, I did apply in UAT and NUST. In NUST, I secured admission in computer engineering, whereas in UAT Lahore, I secured admission in electrical engineering. But I wanted to pursue electrical engineering with specialization in computer engineering. And at that specific time, only FAST was offering that. So that's why I decided to opt for FAST.
You have got a very good degree of electrical engineering with your own choice with the specialization of computer sciences. And why are you running after bureaucracy?
So it's a rather long story, I would say. So I grew up in a household which was dominated by migrant individuals. My grandfather came from Jalandhar and so his family. And there was a core ethos in our family during our whole upbringing that you need to do something for your country. It was never about bureaucracy, it was never about military. It was simply about playing your part to the best of your capabilities.
And these are things every other gentleman tells us. And when he becomes the part of system, he behaves the same. Secondly, don't you think bureaucracy has failed now? There is no room for service delivery in bureaucracy.
So, to say that bureaucracy has failed, I think that's a very far fetched statement. Yes, there has been some lacunas in bureaucracy, especially in the service delivery and in accordance with the elitist nature of the bureaucracy. But if we could say the sweeping statement that bureaucracy has failed, then we would have seen.
Mentioned elitist nature of bureaucracy. What is that term?
Sir, there's a book written by Atikur Rahman, Political Administrators, and in which he explains the idea of elitist nature of bureaucracy. He says that as soon as Lord Canning introduced bureaucracy, it was never meant to serve the people of the subcontinent. Rather, it was always about to control the people of subcontinent. And that's why initially they divided the service into covenanted and non-covenanted services. And covenanted service always consider them superior to the non-covenanted uh, employees who were working in the governmental capacity, as well as to the people who are they controlling. And later those very ethos actually got inherited into the civil services of Pakistan, and that forms the basis of elitist nature of service. And later Hamza Alvi gave the idea of overdeveloped state, because initially only bureaucracy and the military were the two institutions which were very institutionally strong. So they employed significant control or leverage over the state control and resources, and these ethos later evolved into the elitist nature.
Can you give some example of that elitist control and overdeveloped structure, where they are overdeveloped in structure and where they are elitist in nature?
So yesterday I was reading a newspaper, and that newspaper broke a news that in the year 2020, around 2 billion rupees were given to the bureaucracy as a loan without any interest. So that is one of the manifestation of the elitist nature of bureaucracy. And later on, if we say that when it comes to the military, which is also overdeveloped institution, they enjoy significant leverage in the policy space as well as on the budgetary space.
Coming to the next question, gentlemen. What reforms would you bring in bureaucracy if you had to give some space for it?
So first, I would start with the examination procedure, and for that, I would say that although the examination system so far has been able to get the individuals or get the best individuals out of the given lot, but I think that somehow it necessitates or incentivizes the idea of the reproduction of the knowledge rather than the critical analysis of the knowledge. So there is a constant need to reorient the nature of the very exam from memory regurgitation towards the critical analysis production. That's on the recruitment part. The second, when it comes to the training, Zafar Jadoon, in one of his research articles, says that currently the training procedures of the Pakistan Administrative Services is rather too much focused on process oriented rather than outcome oriented. And when it becomes too much process oriented, that very orientation towards the process eventually leads to the red tapeism and the perpetuation of socio-economic divisions in the society. So definitely in the training room, that needs to be focused on the outcome focused, where the emphasis becomes on the service delivery rather than simply following the rules and procedures. And when it comes to the service, so the big challenges are politicization of bureaucracy, red tapeism, and the issues of transparency, or I would rather say the corruption. For that, sir,
What is red tapeism?
so red tapeism initially originated term from the British bureaucracy, where the important files were trapped in a red ribbon. And
How
overall,
can we alleviate corruption from our society?
so first of all, we need a very strong political will. If we have a strong political will, then definitely we can take such hard steps which are necessary for removing corruption from the society. So second, we can take a lesson from Singapore. Singapore introduced corrupt practices investigation bureau, and their conviction rate is 99%. Whereas sir, on the Pakistan anti-corruption establishment of Punjab's conviction rate is only 2.63%. So that shows that if I do corruption in Singapore, there is 99% chance that I am going to get trapped in the shackles of the law. Whereas in Pakistan, there is 98% surety.
Gentlemen, do you see any 28th Amendment coming soon?
So there has been speculation in the news, but to be honest, I don't think so that it's coming very soon.